Stephen A. Smith, did the Heat win Game 3 or did the Thunder lose it?
I don't think there's any question that the Miami Heat won the game.
What?
Yeah, absolutely, without
No question?
There is no question. I mean, you have questions because you just like to be a contrarian, but in the real
I
world,
like to be honest.
in the real world, there's no question that the Miami Heat won this game. They were down 10 points in the third quarter. They had an opportunity to blow this game. The Oklahoma City Thunder had an opportunity to blow this game wide open. They had come back from a deficit. They had taken control of this game. Obviously, Kevin Durant picking up his fifth foul, having to go to the bench, fourth foul rather, having to go to the bench, that factored into the equation. An inexplicable decision in my mind by Coach Scott Brooks to put Westbrook on the bench at the same time that Kevin Durant was on the bench has also brought into light some questions. But still in all, when you consider the numbers by LeBron James, the 29 and 14, when you consider the way that Dwayne Wade struggled but still found a way to be effective at the most opportune of times. Shane Battier, once again, only hit a couple of shots, both of them threes, now 11 for like 15 in the finals on three-point shooting. They found ways to seize the moment. And when you're on your home court in a pivotal Game 3, knowing that this is a game they didn't need to lose, this is the game where you ideally put the younger squad that is the Oklahoma City Thunder under the gun because you've got them in a 2-1 hole. They seize the moment. When you're operating from a deficit and you come back and you close the deal, I have to give you credit more so than them blame. And I'm going to do that with LeBron James and the Miami Heat this morning.
As usual, my friend, you conveniently overlooked all of the pertinent facts from last night's game.
That's
The
usually your
Oklahoma
job.
City Thunder blew that basketball game. Game 3 of the NBA Finals was blown by the Thunder because the Heat were extremely beatable last night, and the Thunder played by far their worst playoff game of this year's playoffs, especially their worst fourth quarter of this year's playoffs.
It was just their fourth quarter.
Okay.
It wasn't their worst game, but go ahead.
I think it was because let's just look at the second half. The Miami Heat shot only 33% in the second half. Outside the paint for the whole game, the Heat were 5 for 30. That's 16.6%. That's beatable. And finally, in the fourth quarter alone, the Miami Heat turned the ball over 9 times. You can't beat them when they turn the ball over 9 times. Are you kidding me?
You can when your offense is ineffective, yes. And
What did I tell you? What did I tell you going into the finals about picking a team that lives and dies by the jump shot? Remember when we went back and forth? You said, oh, they can do it. They can do it because they're unlike any team we've ever seen. You picked them to win in 6 games. Last night, the Heat died by the jump shot for the first time in the entire playoffs. They beat San Antonio 4 straight games. The Thunder did.
Right.
The Thunder died because, remember, they beat the Spurs by shooting almost 50% from the jump shots, from outside the paint for 4 straight games. Last night, they go 16 for 42. Last night, they miss all 4 threes in the fourth quarter, right? And finally, they turned it over 6 times in the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? So there are 15 total turnovers. You managed to play even worse than the Heat did in the fourth quarter. And finally, the Thunder are known for playing hard. That's the one thing they do. Night after night, the young Thunder play hard. They sat back and watched the Heat play harder than they did. I haven't seen that before all year long. So they go through a stretch from the 7:30 mark down to the 3:30 mark. They don't score a basket. And during that time, they turn it over 3 straight times. And then after that stretch, Durant drives twice on LeBron. I'm going to give LeBron credit for playing really terrific, tough, nose-to-nose, man-to-man defense in the fourth quarter on Durant. But Durant drove on him twice and missed the rim with running little shots. Missed the rim twice.
Excuse me.
Down the stretch now.
Once again, you're doing it again because
No,
what happens?
I'm not.
Yes, you are doing it again because in the same breath that you're trying to lament the state of affairs with the Oklahoma City Thunder, you're just glossing over the fact that LeBron James had a lot to do with that. In Game 1, what did we sit there? You sat here on our set inside the locker room at Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City, and you lamented the fact that LeBron James did not step up to the challenge and embrace the defensive assignment that was Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You talked about how is it that Dwayne Wade or Shane Battier ends up on Kevin Durant. Well, here we are in game 3. What does LeBron James do? He accepts the challenge. This boy leaned on him. He said, hey, yeah, I understand you're the reigning 3-time league scoring champion. You're 6'10". You've got a 7'5" wingspan. You can pull up from 30. I get all of that. But do you have these muscles? Do you have this girth? Do you have this power? Is it like a locomotive coming at you? Here I am. By the way, LeBron James didn't do much better. 2 for 4 in the fourth quarter, just 8 points. Kevin Durant shot 2 of 6 for just 4 points. But LeBron James accepted the assignment. He got all up in him. He was all over him.
I agree.
Okay, so my point to you is this.
He did what I said.
All right, fine. Oh, so you want to take credit for that?
Yes, I do.
All right, so if you want to take credit for time out. So if you want to take credit for that, then how come he can't get credit for the Miami Heat winning instead of
I
Oklahoma
just gave
City
him
losing?
credit. I said
Oklahoma
his
City
defense
losing.
was crucial in the fourth quarter.
I said I'm going to try again because you try to interrupt so you don't hear the question. So let me zip it for a second so you can hear the question. How is it that you can sit there and say that Oklahoma City lost it while in the same breath giving LeBron James credit for once in your life as to what he did correctly?